Welcome to class tonight. I do hope that you're all having a really great night. Tonight we're going to be doing something, or we're going to be continuing our work with inequalities, except we're actually going to be combining our work with inequalities, that we did yesterday, with equations. I know, your favorite things. Now, what we're going to be doing tonight probably looks a little scary. You probably saw this screen right here, and you went, that looks scary, I'm not going to watch this video, or I don't want to watch this video. No, it is actually very easy. It really is very simple. Let's go ahead and get started. So, we have two inequalities on the board. Remember, we talked in the video last night and in class today that an inequality is simply a statement that does not have a zero. It has something other than a zero, an equal sign. It has something other than an equal sign in it. And so here we have s minus 7 is less than 3. And here we have u minus 6 is less than or equal to. Sorry, it's greater than. That's greater than sign. I'm sorry. But no, this is less than sign. U minus 6 is less than or equal to 3. So let's go ahead and apply these right here. Now, I look at those, and I think, wow, this is scary. But how about we think about it like this? Instead of looking at that inequality as an inequality, why don't we look at it as an equality? Meaning, why don't we just, in our minds, change the greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to symbol into an equal sign. So we'll look something like this. S minus 7 equals 3. Oh, now that's a lot nicer. I've done that before. I can do that very, very easily. And so we remember, going back to our equations, my job is to get my variable by itself. How am I going to do that? I'm going to do the opposite here. So it would be s minus 7 plus 7, that would cancel this out, equals 3 plus 7. So I'm left with s equals 10. Oh, I can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, you take that exact same process and you use it for inequalities. So for example, I'm going to erase all this and we're going to do it all again because I want to make sure you get this right. So s minus 7 is less than 3. So we're going to do it like this. S minus 7 plus 7 is less than 3 plus 7. See how I just did this? Now this is going to cancel out. I'm looking for s. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. And that is how you solve it. I'm trying to draw the connection. This is what you've already done. This is very, very easy. I'm trying to help you see that connection, that this is not scary. It really isn't. It's just drawing what you've already learned. Let's do one more. U minus 6 is less than or equal to negative, or less than or equal to 3. So I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I'm going to work to get u by itself. I work to get u by itself by doing the opposite of what's already there. So I have minus 6, so I'm going to add 6. So u minus 6 plus 6 is less than or equal to 3 plus 6. Remember, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. So now this right here, oh, it goes bye-bye, because minus 6 plus 6 goes to 0. So I'm left with u on this side, less than or equal to, and look at that. It really isn't that scary. I promise. You see how very simple it is. Alright, now this, we're going to do two more problems. And this is, I think, where it gets actually even more practical. Because we're going to take a word problem and we're going to make an inequality out of it. Okay, so let's read this. And this is on, by the way, this is on page 606 if you're curious about if you want to look at it. I think it'd be very, very wise. So, page 606 goes like this. Suppose a marathon runner plans to run at least 55 miles this week. This is key. You should probably underline that right there. He has already run 42 miles. Write and solve an inequality to find how many more miles he needs to run in order to meet his goal. Now, the key is at least 55 miles. That means he can run 56 miles. 57, 58, 59, 60, he can run 300 miles and meet his goal because he needs to run at least 55 miles. So we'd say it like this. Greater than or equal to, oh, I got that wrong. I said it right, but I didn't write it right. Greater than or equal to 55. Once again, he can run 56, 57, 58. He can run those, but he needs to run at least 55 miles. So we'd say greater than or equal to. Now, he's already run 42 miles. So 42 miles, he's already run that, plus something, I'll put M for miles. So 42 plus M is greater than or equal to 55. And now we simply solve like we did the other ones. We've created our inequality, and now we're going to solve. So it goes like this. I have 42 plus M over here, so I'm going to subtract 42 to get M by itself. So M plus 42 minus 42 is going to be greater than or equal to 55 minus, minus 42. So I'm left with M on this side. And the answer would be 13. So he needs to run at least 13 more miles. He can run 14 more miles, 15 more miles, 16 more miles, but he needs to run at least 13 more miles to meet his goal. Let's do one more, and then I'll wrap it up. Now this one, a restaurant can serve a maximum of 115 people. There are already 195 people dining in the restaurant. Right, solve an inequality to find how many more people the restaurant can serve. So it can serve a maximum of 115. It can serve 114, 113, 112. It can serve that number. It cannot serve 116, 117, 118. It can't do that. That's illegal. So it's going to be, and I'm going to write it like this, it can be less than or equal to 115. Less than or equal to 115. It cannot serve 116, but it can serve 114, 113. So I have less than or equal to 115. Now, it already has 95 people, so we have, so I'll put P plus 97, I said 95, I meant 97. P plus 97 is less than or equal to 115. So now, once again, I'm going to solve it just like I did all my other problems. So it's going to look like this right here. I'm going to go P plus 97 minus 97. P must be less than or equal to 18. When you subtract those two, you get 18. So it can only have 18 people. It cannot have more than 18. It must be less than or equal to 18 people. Well, that's the lesson. I do hope this seems very easy. It seems like we've gone over this and over this and over this, because this is what we covered in Chapter 2, really. We're just changing the symbol. The key is, remember, an inequality, you should think of it the same way that you think of an equation, an equal sign. Okay? All right, your homework tonight is going to be page 607, 4 through 14 even. Once again, page 607, 4 through 14 even. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow.